Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, July 25th. We're looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and NQ. We'll recap all of these three indices charts tonight, see where we stand going into the last week of July. Well, kudos to the bulls again. The S&P up about $10 again this week. NQ couldn't get through the balance high yesterday, struggled early this morning. A, B, C, D, even E, but then F, boom, blew through it. Now, after the F period, they didn't get much extension after that. Pretty much traded sideways all afternoon in NQ. They came in, wiped out some longs. They go out with just a day's high and low and an 8-wide point of control. ES goes out with a double distribution day and a day's high and low. They have poor lows now the last 2 days. And 2 days prior to that, zero excess, 2 ticks, 2 ticks. What does that mean? It just shows you how exacting this market is, right? It also tells you at some point they'll wipe all 4 of those lows out at some point, right? When? Who knows? Don't try to pick tops waiting for it, but it'll happen. Righty goes out. I'm calling righty down now. I said it was a 2-day balance, calling it down. However, they had a trend day down that they took. No, they didn't. I'm losing my mind. They had a pretty good sell tail initially, but they took it all back and actually finally got the IB high at around 3:30 late in the day. But for now, calm down. We'll look at the charts in a minute. It was a decent day. You know, the one thing. So I took the short to get the overnight low and did well on that. But I told the room right after that. We also opened in NQ with, we opened below value. Now, over here, you can't see it because I'm in bigger increments. But we had opened below value, but it was right under yesterday's value. So even though we got the overnight low, we came right back into value. And again, right in the back of your head, the 80-20 rule comes in. And what that is, basically, if you open below value or above it and then get acceptance into value, 80% chance you trade to the other end of value. Well, they almost did that in A period. So that kept me out of any more shorts. Even though it was a nice short to get the overnight low, I said to the room, usually I look for shorts because we got the overnight low right away. But because of that, I stayed out of it and actually turned long in A period on some ebb and flows, and we almost got value high in A. We did get it in B. So shorted the overnight low, then long pullbacks in A. Got A's high. It wasn't easy, by the way. This is very tedious. Got A's high. So we had 2 of the staple plays. Also long some ebb and flow longs in B. Same in C. I missed, did not get the IB high. Just that was one, they just spiked it. Missed that one. I did get long in E to finally get the all-time high again. And then later in the day, I missed getting the overnight. I was eating lunch when F period went and got the overnight high. They got both overnights and Q. And then I long G period and H period, basically against single prints. I didn't long J period. I had a bid in initially. It missed me. Went back. I kept going, getting close to where I was bidding. I said, the heck with it. I took it off. It would have been a decent long, but that was fine. And that was it. Didn't do anything the rest of the day. Like I said, we just really traded until M period. We just traded sideways with some silly chop. So again, though, kudos to the bulls. This is an incredibly strong market. And I don't know how to stress it to traders to don't stop trying to pick tops. It just doesn't work. So let's go to the charts. Here's IWM. Your one-time framing up for 3 months, not even including what we took off of April's lows. So again, very, very strong on the monthly. Weekly, I'm calling it up. They did take it out. I'm going to call them up for now. If they take out this week's low, right back to balance. But for now, I'm going to give them their due and call them up. So they're up on the monthly and the weekly, but the daily I'm calling down. Right? They had the gap on Wednesday. Thursday came into balance. Today they took out Thursday's low. I'm calling it down, although it's a positive candle. Again, if they take out today's high on Monday, right back to balance. That's all. But for now, I'm going to call them down on the daily. Let's go to Q. You see these other stocks I have up here. I get a lot of people that ask me to look at different charts. So when it's slow, it's another benefit to this room because I love breaking down charts. And we do that when it's quiet. All part of your fee, by the way. Monthly. Look at this NQ. Powerful. Weekly. Look at this. I've lost count of, what is it now, 14 weeks, 15 weeks, basically straight up with the only 2 weeks that took out a previous week low, having outside weeks up on the weekly. And the daily, finally, up. So, again, now the volume, remember I said the last 2 days the volume was decent. Today's a different story. Look at triple Qs, only 29 million. They average 45 million. So very, very poor today at the all-time high. And the same with ES and SPY, 53 million. We average 69 million. So today, volume caught up with us as we hit all-time highs. Now here's the monthly. Now one more thing I want to say about the monthly. At some point, and again, we don't pick tops. I know a lot of people are trying to pick these tops. We need to come into balance. I mean, yeah, it's awesome to look at and everything, but straight up from April's lows will make it, and the longer you do that and the higher you go, will make it that much more of a pullback of probably a vicious variety to wipe out a ton of weekly lows and daily lows to finally take out a monthly low. Again, doesn't mean it's happening next month or whatever, but it's just something to keep an eye on as we go higher. But as day traders, we trade what's in front of us. So the monthly is very healthy. The weekly broke out of a 3-week balance, up. You know, we could have broken out of a 3-week balance, down. No, we went back up. And the daily is also up. So again, I wouldn't fight this market because right now there must be a ton of people that are continually trying to fight it and pick tops and whatever else. You do have a lot out next week. We have more big tech earnings midweek. You have the Fed Wednesday. You have non-farm payroll Friday. You have a new month Friday. You have JOLTS on Tuesday. So we'll see at the end of next week, right, a week from now, if this market is still doing what it's doing, or do we come into some sort of balance? Hope you had a great day and a great week trading. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.